loss is pervasive. We've all heard people joke about how it affects husbands and teenagers. But for families in the US, permanent hearing loss impacts 12,000 babies each year. And this diagnosis often comes out of left field because over 90% of these infants are born to hearing parents, like you and me. I was that new mom, receiving the overwhelming news that my twin girls were born profoundly deaf. Those early days, they were filled with despair and uncertainty for our future. Would they ever hear me say I love you? And would I ever hear their sweet little voices call me mom? Having no other experience with hearing loss, I had no idea that children who are deaf can learn to listen and talk. But luckily we found the CCHAT Center, a listening and spoken language program for children with hearing loss. First hearing aids and then cochlear implants gave my daughters access to sound. CCHAT provided the specialized services necessary for them to develop spoken language, speech therapy, audiology services, and classroom support. Along the way, they've sung the national anthem at a Kings game. And now they whisper, "I love you, Mom," in my ear. Now that they're 14 years old, the ability to hear and talk, that's the least of my worries. Hearing loss will not hold them back in their lifetime. But many children who are deaf in California do not receive the appropriate listening and spoken language support services, and they'll graduate from high school with a second grade reading level. CCHAT students have outcomes on par with their hearing peers. These same kids go on to follow their dreams, graduate from college, and some even pursue a career that allows them to give back to the program that helped them find their voice. This past fall, CCHAT hired its newest teacher of the deaf. She was a student in our first graduating class in 1996. Families like mine have access to CCHAT services free of charge. Now, as the development director, I am dedicated to raising the funds necessary to sustain this program for the next babies born with hearing loss. Tonight, your contribution of $50,000 guarantees 5 children an entire year of daily individualized speech therapy, audiological support services, and intensive classroom instruction, so they can develop the listening and spoken language skills to speak for themselves. With your help, one day we will be able to hear them say, "Watch out, world, here we come."